Hello everybody, welcome back. Yes, of course, Sports Federation TV every Friday night and Saturday morning when we talk about what's happening in the world of sport in the Western Cape. It's been great fun talking to the guys so far this year. Fantastic to see that boxing has taken off so nicely and is formalized and organized, and hopefully it'll stay that way now. We just want to make sure that the districts have got lots and lots of clubs where you can go and join a boxing club in your area. But right, so folks, for those of you that didn't know, Transplant Sports, for folks who've had different types of transplants, and I'm not an expert at all, but I've met many of the folks from the Transplant Sports Association, and they compete in their own sports code. Is one of South Africa's fantastic federations, and it's got an international leg as well. And to tell me more about that is Vivien de Klerk from Transplant Sports Association. Vivien, welcome to Sports Federation TV.
Thanks, JP.
First time for you?
Yes.
All right. So just, you know, you heard me talk about it now, and I probably explained it in the worst possible way of what Transplant Sports is. I know Transplant Sports has been on the show before, but maybe you just give us a snapshot for the folks that are watching now. What is Transplant Sports?
Okay. We in the Western Cape, we're the Western Cape Transplant Sports Association, and we form part of the South African Transplant Sports Association. It was formed in 1994 by a group of people that had transplants, that's life-saving organ transplants, that felt the need for an organization that could represent people that had organ transplants and wanted to participate in active sport and then also promote active lifestyle.
Yeah.
So we're all transplantees and we all do sport.
So when you talk about transplant, you're talking about anything from having transplant. Someone who's had a heart transplant to a kidney transplant, eye.
Yeah. The classification there, we all life-saving transplant. Solid organ.
Must be.
Yes.
It must have been a life. You would have died if you didn't.
Yes. Yes.
Really? Oh,
yes.
Okay.
And then it includes heart, liver, pancreas, kidneys, and then also stem cells.
Okay. And you had stem cell.
Yes.
Transplant.
Yeah.
Are you guys shy to talk about these things? I mean, the folk, if I speak to some of the folks from they're shouting it from the roof.
Yeah, no.
Like Herman, for example, heart transplant.
Yes. No, we're not shy. I think after a while we get on with our normal lives, and we don't forget. We'll never forget, but we try to lead a normal and an active lifestyle. So when we get together, we'll maybe talk about it, but for all other times...
Basically, all of you have been on the brink of death.
Yes.
I mean, to put it bluntly.
Yeah.
So do you guys get together as like Transplant Sports and have like a specific gees?
Yeah, we're celebrating the gift of life. So there is a feeling between us. We know we've been saved by an organ donor, and we wouldn't have been on the sports field or doing any normal activity if it wasn't for the transplant.
Yeah.
So when we get together for sport, we don't compete for the medal as such. We celebrate the gift of life, and we try to promote organ donation and show that we can live a healthy life and after our transplants.
All right, so in your case, and I love the fact you guys are wearing this Western Cape logo, which I've got the same on over here, and you've got your Western Cape Transplant Sports logo over there. In your case, you are representing, from what I understand, at a national and an international level. You're participating in athletics and in cycling.
Yes.
So Transplant Sport covers multiple sports.
Yes. We have from athletics, track and field, road running, cycling, tennis, golf, even petang, and then it's just not contact sport as such.
Yeah. So at an international level, I would imagine contact sports is probably not the smartest thing to be doing. More sports codes, a lot of different multi-codes?
We practice the same codes in South Africa as we would to qualify for international games. Yeah. So in South Africa we've got a national transplant games every second year. Last year it was held in Joburg in October in Johannesburg, and there you qualify to go to the World Transplant Games.
So did you have to compete locally in the Western Cape against other folks that are doing transplant athletics, transplant cycling?
Yeah. What we do, because there's only a few of us, we in the Western Cape we're 125 active athletes. Yeah. We compete against I would call it normal athletes
Yeah.
on club level. So we must join a club and we compete at the masters events or at the seniors events.
So you're talking about an able-bodied club,
Yes.
normal
Yeah,
club.
we compete with normal
But is that
athletes.
fair? I mean, surely it makes them. It must make it very hard.
No, I won't say it's harder. The only thing with the transplant athlete is most of these athletes they're on very strong medicine, so on immune suppressants, and they do get sick more often sometimes, but most of them are healthy and they are able to compete with all other athletes.
All right. Okay, tell us about your athletics.
Yeah, for my personal athletics.
Yeah, you're on your way to Malaga to go and compete in what is this? This is the World Transplant Games in Malaga, Spain, and I wouldn't mind going to the World Transplant Games in Spain. It looks like what this is the 21st, according to this XX1. What is that? 21?
Yeah, we
21 years of transplant games.
Yes, it's the 21st World Transplant Games. Will be held in Malaga, Spain, later on this year. It's end of June. And we've got, from South Africa, we've got 67 athletes that already qualified and that will be competing there. For myself, I qualified in javelin and in long jump. I'll also be doing the road cycle and the time trial cycling.
So those are your 4 disciplines that you need to go blow them out the water. All right. You competed. You're also the record holder, the current South African record holder.
Yeah, in some of the events, the cycling and then the javelin also in my age category.
All right. Have you competed internationally before?
Yes. In 2015, I was part of the South African transplant team that went to Argentina, Mar del Plata. We were 46 athletes that went there from South Africa, and we ended up 3rd overall.
So I'm just going to go back a step here. Do you have to compete against other, when you're internationally, do you have to compete against other people specifically with stem cell transplant?
No.
So you can, if you've had a stem cell and they've had a heart, you can compete?
Yeah, it's in age category, so we all compete against each other. So there's hearts, livers, kidneys, bone marrow.
So the competition internationally, you're going for with those 4 disciplines, is it competition tough?
Well, if we look at Spain, it will be, they're expecting 2,000 athletes from all over the world to compete there. And when you look at some of the cycling teams, you've got the Great Britain cycling team, very professional training, and they're a big team. So if you cycle with them and you're the only South African, you must try to stay in the pack and in their slip. So I would say competition-wise internationally, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah. All right. So it's the road to Malaga. When is that? Is that in June?
Yeah, it's from the 26th of June until the 2nd of July.
All right. Okay. So 67 athletes from South Africa are going to compete in Malaga. Looks like it's going to be a great place to. I mean, that must be a fantastic place, Spain, to go for a world champ. So.
Yes.
It's not quite snowing in Siberia, is it?
No. Beautiful weather and a beautiful town.
But listen, you've still got a bit of prep to do for it, so you can't count your chickens before they hatch.
No, definitely.
Yeah, right. And we're going to obviously need to know then when you come back from there that you bring back 4 gold medals.
Hopefully.
We expect nothing less. But now, of course. Like every sport, you need to raise a bit of funds. Yeah. And I see the guys from Transplant Sportive sent in the Western Cape Transplant Association Golf Day. It's at Pearl Valley. I know I was invited to this last year. Pearl Valley on 26th of May 2017. A 4-ball alliance shotgun at 12 o'clock, 4,000 Rand per 4-ball. Includes green fees, shared cards, halfway house and dinner. Contact Annette Kruger for more information and bookings. And you can contact her on 082 495 5970 or secretary at wctsa.org.za. All right, so this event is obviously for fundraising.
Yes.
All right. So, folks, incidentally, we're speaking to Vivien de Klerk from Transplant Sport South Africa. Vivien will be competing in the World Transplant Games in Malaga, Spain in June this year, and we're looking forward to see her progress. Vivien, just let's go back to this is obviously for fundraising to help support the athletes and so forth.
Yes, our golf day, well supported every year. It's becoming an annual event where individuals and corporates support us. So by doing that event, we usually help the athletes to compete internationally. There's many of our athletes, especially from previously disadvantaged groupings, that cannot afford to pay, say, 30,000 Rand to go and compete internationally.
Very difficult.
So
we're
trying to help them and cover as much cost as possible.
Do you have some sponsors, corporate sponsors that are involved?
At this stage, we don't really have sponsors, and we rely on individuals raising funds, and then events that we hold.
You got to go to door to door and sell cookies.
Yeah, that's
baking cakes.
also an option.
Fun runs and
yes.
So raffles and all that.
Yes.
Old school fundraising. Golf days.
Yes.
All right. You play golf?
No.
All right. Keep it that way. Focus on cycling and athletics. Go win the gold medal. Vivien, thanks for joining us here on Sports Federation TV. It's been like a chat.
Thank you.
And we look forward to, I think we can probably get you back on the show and see how your progress in terms of the training is going before you leave for tour. And in case we missed you, then we wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, folks, Transplant Sports here on Sports Federation TV, and Vivien is, of course, it's still a few months to go, and I'm pretty sure when she gets there, she's going to blow them all out, stay in the slipstream of the Brits, and then blow them all out the water, so to speak, in Spain later in the year. How awesome is that? Now, on Friday night, it was the Overberg, for the folks that don't, that's the Hermanus area, Caledon area. It was the Overberg Sports Awards that happened at the Caledon Hotel and Spa, or for some of you that might know it as the Caledon Casino. And Rudy Johannes and his team put on a fantastic event where the athletes that were nominated from the various federations in the Overberg area got to attend the awards. Now, I was out there, and we just took a couple of pictures and some sort of low-budget videos just to get you a feel for what was happening at the Overberg Awards. Have a look at this.